Hey guys, this just came in the mail. What this is it's an air adapter for your Blackbird magazine, and what it does is it allows you to screw a bottle or an ASA adapter directly to it. This piece replaces this piece right in here. So I'm going to tear down the magazine and show you how that's done. So now that we've got our air tube out, I've got the ASA adapter screwed in there just to show you how much further it'll stick out if you're running a line. Now the way this comes apart is this part just pulls off. So I'm going to pause and do that. So now that we've got this off, you can see the air inlet down there. Not very well, but if you look at one that hasn't been ported, that hole is just tiny. I drilled this out to 1/8 of an inch, and it gave me about 12-15 feet per second more. Now I want to show you something on this adapter. Give me just a second. This one comes with 2 holes. So that's going to give you more airflow. And also behind this Foster fitting adapter, there's a screen in here that'll also limit your airflow somewhat. So I'm going to install this on here and put everything back together. First tip, this side with the set screw hole on is beveled to help it pass the seals easier. And if you go past the seals and you try to bring it back and you can't get it to go past that seal because this is not beveled, it's really sharp. Don't force it, just go ahead, take that O-ring off and put it back on after you remove this and start over again. And I am going to place this flat and then put it in there so it won't go past the O-ring. Also, there's 2 O-rings that go on here. You can just see how it works. But 1 air inlet. And anytime you ever access your O-rings on any part of the gun, it's a good practice to give them a good coat with a grease that's not going to react with the material your O-rings are made out of. I like to use silicone grease. To get off topic even more, I only use Daisy BBs. Copperheads will jam in my builds, as a few of you have figured out. Just the Daisy zinc plated BBs, and when I open a fresh can, I put in a few drops of a silicone based oil and lightly coat the BBs by rolling them around in the can. Now what that does is it whenever you fire the gun, it lubricates your seals, believe it or not. And that's in. Now you might want to pressure test it at this point before you put everything back together. I'm just going to go ahead and install it and then pressure test it. So now we're all back together, and this is what it looks like. Now I have seen these adapters before, and I had one of them, but it looked really chintzy, so I didn't really feel like I could trust it. But this is made out of some kind of like aircraft grade aluminum. I'll trust this one. Now I'm gonna pressure test it, and I imagine it is a little bit safer pressure testing it when it is in the magazine. So I'm going to try. Yeah, this is not going to work one-handed. So here it is. We don't have any leaks, and we're screwed in all the way. So it's holding. And I think this is a, I can't remember, 1400 psi out. Doesn't say. Let's see what it looks like on the gun. So even though it's not black, you can barely see the silver in there, and you shorten this up a good bit. This is popular with the stock cutout modification, where you take the original stock and cut it out, but that stock's just too short for me. So let's see what it looks like with the ASA adapter on it. So we've got our ASA adapter screwed into our new adapter, and I've put this one here to just show you how much further it sticks out than the original. And we're going to hook a line up to it, try to do this one-handed. We've got it running to our big bottle. Alright, and this is a slide check valve, what I'm always talking about privately to you guys, in case you don't know what it is. It's a valve, and in the backward position it shuts your air off. This line is charged. In the forward position it lets air in. And the reason I like these so much is because if you didn't have this here, you have to turn your valve off, and then you have to discharge all the air in the line and in this tube, and that doesn't look like it's a lot of air, but it's like 30 or 40 shots. But instead of that, you just pull this back, and that depressurizes everything, and then boom. This is the way I like to run them. But yeah, very cool product. I like it a lot. Very versatile, and I will leave a link in the description below where I got it. And happy blasting, guys. Later.